Coming up, an arrest in an almost 20-year-long murder investigation. How investigators track down an accused killer.
We're really just going to say hello to all of the folks from FEMA, the military, the people that are working so hard.
President Trump in North Carolina to assess the damage from Hurricane Florence. And for the first time, we're hearing the 911 calls from a fatal shark attack in Cape Cod. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon. 19 years after a Sarasota woman was sexually assaulted, beaten, and killed inside her home, investigators make an arrest. Deborah Dalzell was murdered in March of 1999, and today, relief for the victim's family and for the detectives who finally found her suspected killer. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the victim's home now with how they found him. Jess?
Scott, behind me you can see the home where Deborah Dalzell was murdered. At the scene of the crime, deputies had collected a semen sample, and as DNA technology progressed, that evidence eventually led them to the man that they say is the killer, 39-year-old Luke Fleming. Fleming would have been 20 years old at the time of the murder. He was arrested Sunday night in Ellington, according to deputies, and he now lives in St. Petersburg. Fleming also has a criminal record, including a domestic battery arrest in Manatee County. Deputies say on March 29, 1999, Fleming scaled a 6-foot wall, cut a hole in Dalzell's screened-in porch, then brutally beat, sexually battered, and strangled her. At the time of the murder, deputies say Fleming lived in walking distance to Deborah's home.
As a family, we have dreamed of the day we would get the news that they had caught her killer. We now have a face and name for this monster. Together as a family, we will see this through to the end to make sure that justice will be served.
Coming up tonight, I'll explain exactly how this DNA evidence led them to Fleming's arrest. For now, reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. A developing story today out of Manatee County after a crash leaves one person dead. Troopers say it happened around 4:30 this morning in the northbound lanes of I-75 near the I-275 interchange. A semi-truck crashed into the concrete pylon of the 275 overpass. Investigators believe the truck driver was killed in that collision. Engineers assessed the bridge for any structural damage, and they found no issues with the span. Right now, President Trump is visiting areas impacted by Hurricane Florence. The president is visiting both North Carolina and South Carolina to see the devastation firsthand. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Wilmington with new information on the ongoing crisis in the Carolinas.
President Trump in North Carolina visiting some of the communities hit hardest by Florence and the devastating flooding that's followed.
Some of the flooding is actually epic, hard to believe.
More than a dozen rivers still at record flooding levels, inundating communities, stranding people in homes and vehicles. The death toll still climbing. 2 women in police custody restrained inside this transport van died after the vehicle hit floodwaters, trapping them inside. More than 4,000 people have been rescued from the floodwaters so far. 10,000 are still living in shelters.
It's going to be a tough road ahead, but North Carolinians are resilient. We can make it. I know we can.
And now concerns that coal-burning byproducts, carcasses, and animal waste from farms and human sewage are leaking into the floodwater, forcing nearly 24 drinking water systems to shut down and more than 20 others to issue boil water advisories.
Another issue for these communities, you heard the governor say, still have a tough road ahead, especially with rivers, including this one, not expected to recede for days. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Wilmington, North Carolina.
In the aftermath of Florence, before and after photos are giving us a look at the destruction there. These are aerial images captured the storm's impact on North Carolina's barrier islands. Shingles are torn from homes, streets are covered in sand now, and beaches eroded. The latest post-Hurricane Florence photos were taken just yesterday. NOAA says the before photos were taken in 2014. Now FEMA is operating in North Carolina to help get roads back open so crews can restore power to residents there. And Michael Jordan is donating $2 million to Florence relief and recovery efforts. Jordan is the chairman of the Charlotte Hornets NBA team. He also grew up in hard-hit Wilmington. Jordan's donations are going to the American Red Cross and the Foundation for Carolina's Hurricane Florence Response Fund. The Hornets and the NBA also created a Carolina Strong t-shirt. Proceeds from those sales will benefit Florence relief as well. Yeah, right.
It's a problem for sure, because people are now, the hurricane's gone, so they're figuring they can come home, and there's a problem with that because ongoing flooding across the region.
Yeah, and I still don't feel like we have a really good scope of the overall damage. I don't think we've seen it yet because they can't get to some areas.
Can't get to some areas, and the worst damage is still yet to come.
Yeah.
Really, in some places, they've got rivers that are going to crest, haven't already crested, but will be cresting, and other places that'll see a secondary crest after the rivers go down a little bit. So, it's just still continues to be a tragic situation. Look at all the rivers across South Carolina, North Carolina, West Virginia that are in a warning stage now. All those green dashes you see there are the rivers that are in the warning stage. And there's the aerial flood watch that indicating places that aren't right along the rivers but are flooding anyway because of just 3 feet of rain that they got, just shy of 3 feet of rain. So tremendous amounts of drainage still needs to occur there to get back to normal. On the other hand, for us, we've had some relatively dry days here, and we could use a little bit of rainfall, I guess. Rainfall chances are not going up today particularly. They'll be about what they were yesterday with only a few scattered showers around. A lot of sunshine in the forecast for your afternoon, and nothing ongoing in terms of rainfall right now to speak of, but as we head into the afternoon, I think some bigger storms will start to form inland in response to all the heating of the day. There's the rainfall forecast for this afternoon, and you can see most of it's inland, as it was yesterday for the most part, and the heaviest of rain certainly is. Our forecast today calls for about a 30% chance of showers lingering into the 7 p.m. hour. We'll have the details for you coming up in just a few. Scott.
All right, John, thank you. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office warning people about a suspicious person that's been reported on several social media posts. Deputies say this man has been spotted in various locations around the county trying to talk to children and at times has made parents feel uncomfortable. The Sheriff's Office responding to a call last weekend about a man seen in these surveillance photos talking to a child at Target. Deputies say the mother asked him to leave several times. Now, there's no indication a crime has been committed, but investigators do want to identify the man and talk to him. He's described as a 50-year-old man with gray hair, about 5'5", and was wearing a Hawaiian hook necklace. For the first time, we're hearing the 911 calls from a fatal shark attack last weekend in Cape Cod. Experts say the calls show the area's most secluded beaches need better cell service. John Monahan reports.
Shark scene. Hello. 911 call after 911 call made on Saturday after a shark attacked 26-year-old Arthur Medici. Many callers hard to understand.
Hi, I can't hear you. Can you hear me now?
Several people on Newcomb Hollow Beach tried to reach 911, but poor to no cell service slowed their calls for help as they frantically searched for better signal.
I want to report a shark bite at Newcomb Hollow Beach. Yeah, I had to run up to the parking lot and actually with the person who's injured.
Medici was attacked by the shark while boogie boarding Saturday around noon. Callers had to run up the dunes to the parking lot above to finally get decent reception.
Hello, I'm at Newcomb Hollow Beach in Wellesley, Massachusetts. I've just seen a surfer get bit by a shark.
I'm sorry, you said somebody get bit by a shark?
Yeah, about 300 yards down the beach. I saw the whole thing happen.
Sir.
This caller shaken by what he'd seen.
I watched the whole thing happen. I didn't know how bad it was, but it was a hell of a hit, man. I saw the whole thing happen.
Dispatchers got enough calls to know someone was attacked. They sent rescue workers immediately.
Have a report of an unknown shark bite, male party. They are currently carrying the party up to the parking lot.
Rescue workers ordered a helicopter for Medici.
We have an unconscious male, severe leg injuries, will need med flight if available.
And then ordered everyone from the ocean up onto the beach.
Advised everybody else to get out of the water.
That's John Monahan. The victim is being remembered today at funeral services there in Massachusetts. Still to come in your Suncoast News, with September being Suicide Awareness Month, what one Tampa Bay veteran is doing to help those who are dealing with PTSD. And then take a look at photos that are going viral on social media, what the grandmother who shot and killed a 12-foot gator is saying about that experience.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
I walk from end to end of the market on a daily basis and really try to keep my eye on things.
With so many mass shootings in the last year at schools and concerts, there have been an increase in security, but mainly at schools. What about when we're out in public? I'm Alan Cohn. We'll be safe and secure at the trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
Do I need medical exams, things like that?
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
87-degree air temperature. We have a feels like temperature of 101 already. It's going to be a warm and steamy afternoon. Dew point value 79. That's about as sticky and thick as the air can get here in Florida. Don't hardly ever see it higher than that. You know, that's one of the trade-offs that we have here being near the coast. We get that nice sea breeze, which now is west-southwest, coming in the afternoons. That keeps our air temperature a little cooler, but it also makes the humidity rise. So, you know, a little cooler on one side, a little stickier on the other side. That's where we're headed this afternoon. Got a shower in progress, but just one. Otherwise, everything's pretty quiet here on the Suncoast, and it probably will be till we get till about 3 o'clock. Then we'll start to work in a chance of showers in inland areas, Hardee and DeSoto counties, and then those showers will tend to have a somewhat erratic motion because the wind field is so very light. But in general, the massive showers will work their way closer to the coastline as they tend to die out around 7 o'clock or so. And then we'll have a pretty quiet overnight. So currently, you look at Titan radar and you see mostly a few scattered showers out in the Gulf. We do have, like I said, one in progress down to the south, or we did. It's gone now. It came up and blew up and then kind of just dissipated. So right now, everything is pretty quiet everywhere you look, actually. High pressure ridge, the dominant weather feature. There may be another shower popping up along close to the coastline with the sea breeze just beginning to build, but it's later on in the day when the easterly wind flow meets our west coast sea breeze, and along the spine of the state you start to see these showers form. The showers will tend to be pushed across the state into our area as we head into 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then closer to the coast 4, 5, 6 o'clock around that time frame. This pattern is not going anywhere for the next couple of days. High pressure is locked in, and it really is going to provide us with this light southeasterly wind flow, which turns west in the afternoon with a sea breeze and just a few afternoon storms, and humid all week. Tropics are quiet. Nothing here that gives us too much concern. The Gulf waters are quiet. The Atlantic waters, the Caribbean, all look really tame, calm, sunny, actually. But far away from us, at a distance of almost 3,000 miles, is this one little disturbance, which has about a 20% chance over the course of 2 to 5 days of development. Not much. And it's going to be very close to land. It's going to have some upper level drier air to deal with. So we'll watch it, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Everything looks pretty good, actually. Northwest wind coming in at about 10 knots, turning to the east at about 5, 2-foot seas, light chop. And our forecast shaping up like this. For today, we'll look at about a 30% chance of showers, maybe a little less tomorrow. 91 our daytime high, hot, sticky weather. For a couple of days, it'll be warm and sticky. Then I think maybe on Saturday, we'll start to up the rain chance just a little bit to about 60% and keep it there. On Sunday as well, so for the first weekend of fall, we're looking at a little bit better rain chance, which will carry on into the beginning of next week. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In Health Smart today, September is Suicide Prevention Month, and it's something that's especially prevalent among veterans who are dealing with PTSD. One Tampa Bay area veteran hopes to change that. ABC7's Stephanie Webb has his story.
It is a sobering statistic. An average of 20 veterans commit suicide every day, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans.
I think it's more. I think it's a whole lot more.
Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Damon Friedman grew up in L.A. Raised by a single mother, his family relied on government help at times. He later became a junior Olympian and the first in his family to graduate college. He decided to enlist to give back to the country that had helped his family while growing up.
Started in the Marine Corps. My last unit was 2nd Force Recon in Camp Lejeune, crossed over into Air Force Special Tactics.
He served in 2 of the toughest theaters, Iraq and Afghanistan. He received 3 Bronze Stars, 1 for valor. But then he began to feel the effects of deployment after deployment.
I hadn't been able to sleep for years, and we're talking about sleeping, 1 to 2 hours a night for 6 months straight kind of stuff. And I was just, my marriage was on the verge of also destruction, and I was going through some bad times and thinking some bad things.
But he was able to get help, and now he's on a new mission. In fact, starting Shield of Faith Missions, an organization in the Bay Area that helps provide all kinds of support and resources to help other warriors who struggle with PTSD.
Providing mentors, counselors, social workers, physical rehabilitation, physical therapists, those kinds of things, as well as just addressing the spiritual component on what exactly is it, how do they find hope in those dark times.
Stephanie Webb for ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Stephanie, thank you. And if you're a veteran in need of help, you can find a link to this program and additional resources online at our website, mysuncoast.com. All right, time for lunch today. Let's get over to the kitchen and say hello to ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who is joined today by Chef Paolo from Cafe Gabbiano.
I couldn't think of a better chef to come on today because we're talking about dining for a difference. It happens all around town tomorrow, and your restaurant is one of those that's participating.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm very excited. So a portion of each meal that you order will go to the Designing Daughters nonprofit, which helps so many organizations. All you have to do is go dine out. You can go see Paolo at Cafe Gabbiano. Yeah. I'll have several friends there. Absolutely. I'll be over at JPN tomorrow night, so go on their website and their Facebook, and you'll get to see the participating restaurants. But tell us what you're preparing today.
Today we're going to prepare one classic Italian dish. It's a Ville Scaloppini caprese, and we serve with pesto risotto.
Oh, it sounds amazing. Yes, I know that I'm going to enjoy learning this dish and eating it. So remember, make your reservations for Dining for a Difference, Cafe Gabbiano. We'll come back and start cooking in just a few moments. Awesome.
The final 2018 Accord clearance is now during our model year-end clearance sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for new Accords. All on clearance this week at your local Honda dealer.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Watch Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Premieres September 8th. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
Well, take a look at this. The town of Livingston might have some of the toughest leadership in Texas. Its white-haired mayor may look like a typical grandmother, but she shot and killed a 12-foot alligator recently. Christine Dobbin has the story.
It just kept dinging all day long, and that's why I carried an extra charger with me.
Judy Cochran has a class reunion coming up next month.
Let's see, I have 5 new comments.
Her classmates she stays in touch with on Facebook are finding it hard to believe the quiet girl in their class of 32 killed this.
This is what I killed on Monday, and several wrote back, no, you did not do that. And I said, yes, I did do that.
But Judy says you never know where life might take you. The grandmother, traveler, and avid Astros fan did something else earlier this year she never thought she'd do. She became mayor of Livingston. But Monday, she got the big one, 12 feet long, 580 pounds, at their family ranch along the Trinity River.
One shot in the head, and he just went under. Typically, they'll do what they call a death roll, and just roll over and over and over. Well, this one didn't.
The gator could be responsible for a missing animal from the ranch.
3 years ago, we came up missing a miniature horse, and they're about so big, about like a big lab.
Polk County is one of a few core counties where you can only kill a gator 20 days of the year. It must be baited and caught first. The Texas Parks and Wildlife window is open now. The gator is now at the local taxidermist, where its head and tail will be mounted. The body she'll have made into boots. The mayor and grandma can add one more title to her resume, Gator Hunter. And the moral of the story?
I said, don't mess with Nana. My grandchildren call me Nana.
That's Christine Dobbin reporting from Texas. Let's get back over to the kitchen now. Judy Gallagher has a guest today cooking something delicious for us, Italian food on this Wednesday.
That's right, Scott, and I'm excited to get started. So Paula, what are we going to do?
All right, first thing, we're going to put some olive oil. We bring a medium at temp because we want to sear the veal and make it nice and crispy. Then we're gonna season a little bit the flour with the salt and pepper, lightly, not too much, because we don't want to overpower the recipe because it's light and delicate flavor.
Exactly, and that's what I love about your cooking at Cafe Gabbiano. It feels like pure flavors. I love what you're doing over there, and so many different items, from pastas and seafood, great steaks, and of course your wines.
And then, yeah, great. And then we're gonna go down, we sear, lightly sear.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're gonna do the risotto.
Oh,
we're gonna go
yes.
down with a little bit of butter. And we're gonna toast it a little bit rice before we splash with a little bit white wine.
Now, should you pre-cook the rice a certain point to like al dente?
Yeah,
or?
we're gonna halfway through, like 7-8 minutes, and then you can bring a cooking, cook through, and add the flavor you want to add too, because
Perfect.
you can pre-cook and.
Right, and do the different flavors, which I love, and it's hard when you're entertaining, so if you can par-cook the rice part, then you're going to be doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Great.
So then we're going to go with some white wine.
And you can buy these squeeze bottles at like Bed Bath & Beyond, lots of different gourmet kitchen stores and things like that. And we live by them, right? It makes life so easy. Just the right amount of a squirt.
Yeah, because you don't want to overpower the recipe.
Exactly.
So now we add a little bit of chicken stock and we let it go for a few minutes.
Great. Oh, this is going to marry beautifully.
A little bit of salt and pepper on the veal. Nice.
And the veal's pounded out, nice scallopinis,
lightly
right?
pounded, because you want to still keep a little bit of the thickness of the veal. Otherwise, it will fall apart if you pound too much, and you don't want to do that.
And what I found at home is if people don't eat veal, turkey cutlets work great on a recipe like this, right?
Now I add a little bit of white wine. Yeah, you can do this recipe.
Yeah, and the flour will almost thicken.
Will create a nicely light sauce.
Yum.
And we add for the end a little bit of butter here as well.
Butter finish, it has to be. I love it.
And now we let it go for a few minutes, reducing nice the sauce, and then we're gonna add the fresh mozzarella and the ripe tomato.
Beautiful. So we'll let you simmer that down, and we'll go to commercial break. And when we come back, we are ready to keep building this delicious dish, and I cannot wait to try this risotto with it. Thank you, Paulo.
You're welcome.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford, credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Coming up, the Supreme Court nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh now on hold after sexual assault allegations, what Democrats are asking the FBI to do. Plus, South Korea's president in North Korea for a summit, what the two leaders have agreed to. And a warning for Suncoast drivers after a skimmer is found on a local gas pump, the precautions you need to take to protect your bank account.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story at 12:30. The Senate is trying to decide how to proceed now with the Supreme Court nomination of Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Following an allegation of sexual assault, this week's vote to confirm him was postponed in favor of a Monday hearing. But now that Kavanaugh's accuser and Democrats have asked for an FBI investigation before any hearing, the Senate is considering again its next steps. ABC's Lana Zak is in Washington.
President Trump says he is still skeptical of the accusation against Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
I can only say this, he is such an outstanding man. Very hard for me to imagine that anything happened.
But for the first time, he seemed to suggest Kavanaugh's nomination could be in jeopardy.
If she shows up and makes a credible showing, that'll be very interesting, and we'll have to make a decision.
Dr. Christine Blasey Ford argues that as a stumbling drunk teen in the 1980s, Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her at a party while both were high school students. Kavanaugh strongly denies the allegation. The chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, scheduled a hearing for next week, but on Tuesday night, Blasey Ford's attorney sent him a letter, writing, "While Dr. Ford's life was being turned upside down, you and your staff scheduled a public hearing for her to testify at the same table as Judge Kavanaugh to relive this traumatic and harrowing incident. An FBI investigation of the incident should be the first step in addressing her allegations." While senators may be looking back at history as a guide for how to proceed with these allegations, Anita Hill suggests they take their time.
My advice is to push the pause button on this hearing, get the information together.
Chairman Grassley says that the invitation to testify on Monday still stands, though his staff confirms to me that the senator has not said what will happen if she chooses not to testify. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
All right, time now to get a check on our weather here on the Suncoast today. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us, and I suspect we're going to have another hot one.
Oh, you know that's true. You know that's true. Of course, with this kind of heat, everybody going to the beach. Of course, we've got the red tide problem. There'll be another beach hazard statement issued by the Weather Service momentarily, probably in the next hour or so, and that'll take us through a couple of days. Mote Marine spotters have just reported in for their morning report. And we've got a couple of beaches that look a little bit better. Of course, the winds are now beginning to turn, so that may end up being worse as we head into the afternoon. But right now, anyway, the northern beaches have gone from intense amounts of red tide irritant in the air to low amounts of irritant in the air. So that's a good thing. So SCS Key and Aledo improved just a little bit. But again, you know how these things are. They change moment by moment, really, depending on which way the wind blows and how strong it blows. But so far, some pretty good news if you wanted to zip out to the beach for a little bit of an afternoon walk. We're looking at some scattered showers out in Gulf waters. We had one near Inglewood that has since dissipated. It was a brief shower. That's what you'll expect to see near the coastline over the course of the next hour or two, or brief showers. Plenty of sunshine, as Scott mentioned, boosting our temperatures up into the upper 80s, low 90s, upper 80s near the coast, low 90s as you move further inland. And rainfall chances, best in inland areas. Scott?
There is progress on the Korean Peninsula in the effort to reduce longtime tensions between South and North Korea. ABC's Molly Hunter reports on a summit meeting between the two leaders that appears to be productive.
The people of the Hermit Kingdom cheered as South Korea's President Moon Jae-in and their dear leader, North Korea's Kim Jong-un, met in Pyongyang. It's the second day of a three-day summit in the north. The two leaders and their defense chiefs signed a joint declaration agreeing to turn the Korean Peninsula into a land of peace without nuclear weapons and nuclear threats. In a concrete step, Kim committed to closing the Tongchang-ri missile engine test site and missile launch facility with international inspectors present. And the key announcement, Kim dangled shutting down the Yongbyon nuclear facility, where the North is believed to have produced the nuclear material in nuclear tests, but only, get this, if the U.S. took some yet unspecified reciprocal action. After the signing ceremony, Kim told journalists the world is going to see how this divided nation is going to bring about a new future on its own. And for the first time, the meeting was reported on North Korean state TV. Minutes after the agreement was signed, President Trump tweeted saying Kim Jong-un has agreed to allow nuclear inspection, subject to final negotiations, but that wasn't included in the announcement, later adding, very exciting.
Now, no details were given on what those U.S. actions might be. Moon also invited Kim down to Seoul. If he makes it, he'll be the first North Korean leader to do so. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
The woman convicted of kidnapping Elizabeth Smart is now a free woman. Wanda Barzee was released from prison late this morning. Barzee was originally set for release in 2024, but a state parole board in Utah unexpectedly credited her for the time she served during a separate federal sentence. Barzee and her husband, Brian Mitchell, kidnapped Smart when she was only 14 years old, holding her captive for 9 months, where she was regularly raped by Mitchell. He's serving a life sentence. Smart, who is now 30 years old, says Barzee is still too dangerous to be released, but Barzee's attorney says the now 72-year-old woman is not a risk to anyone and her release will be supervised. Here at home, new at noon, Sarasota police are investigating after a skimming device was found on a gas pump. Police say it was installed a week ago at the Citgo station on Bee Ridge Road. The device was discovered by employees the next morning, but was operational for about 3 hours before it was removed. Police again recommend choosing a gas pump that's close to the entrance of a gas station and to use a credit card or cash to pay for your gas. And a reminder now for residents on how to stay safe at fuel pumps. Officials do advise again that you choose one to the entrance and then don't use a debit card. All right, the female Uber driver who accused Buccaneers quarterback Jameis Winston of groping her during a ride is now suing him. Winston serving a 3-game suspension right now because of the accusations. The lawsuit seeking more than $75,000 in damages for emotional distress and future therapy expenses for the woman. Her attorney says she's suing because she's been, quote, unimpressed by his continued lack of honesty or awareness into his behavior. Winston will not be eligible to return to the team until after Monday night's game against Pittsburgh. The Bucs are 2-0 without him. New at noon, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is asking for help in finding one of its canines. The canine's name is Boss. The Sheriff's Office says the dog ran into the woods this morning near Foxbrook Communities off of County Road 675 in Parrish. Boss was in the middle of a morning routine when he was distracted and took off. He has a friendly demeanor, and if you spot him, call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Developing story now of New Jersey. The man involved in a GoFundMe dispute says things will eventually become crystal clear. Mark D'Amico and his girlfriend, Kate McClure, are accused of taking some of the online donations that they helped raise for John Bobbitt, who is a homeless man. They started the GoFundMe account after Bobbitt gave McClure $20 so that she could fill up her gas tank. Well, they raised $400,000, and Bobbitt alleges D'Amico and McClure used a lot of that money for vacations and pricey purchases, like a BMW. D'Amico appeared in traffic court Tuesday for an unrelated matter, and reporters caught up with him to ask about this ongoing investigation.
We're letting the cops do their jobs right now. The investigators are investigating.
A Burlington County prosecutor confirmed there's a criminal probe into D'Amico and his girlfriend. Happening tonight, a community meeting about the future master plan for a popular park in Bradenton. Several projects are already underway at G.T. Bray Park, including the dog park expansion, new soccer and football field lighting, and other upgrades. The meeting will be held at G.T. Bray Recreation Center from 6 to 8 tonight. A local nonprofit is helping raise money for scholarships to support minority students beyond the classroom. Some Suncoast teenagers are learning about the importance of etiquette, appearance, and manners. This 8-week course also includes advice on body language and self-esteem. It's taught by Olympia Belu, a Manatee County middle school teacher. One student says one of her mentors in high school told her about this course.
My athletic director in middle school, Mr. Wooding, me and him were really close because I was in a lot of sports. And just now he was like, I have this great program. If you want to get involved, it would better your future, everything like that.
The local Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity is having its 35th annual Black and White Ball this weekend at the Hyatt in Sarasota. Their mission to raise money to support minority youth outside the classroom through activities like this manners and etiquette course. Red tide is forcing Sarasota's Lido Pool, Pavilion, and concession stand to remain closed today. The city of Sarasota says the odor and air quality are just too poor to allow for swimming. And when conditions improve, those facilities will open once again. And remember, you can find all of our Red Tide coverage online at mysuncoast.com/redtide. Back to the kitchen now. Let's check in on lunch with Culinary Director Judy Gallagher and her guest today, Chef Paolo.
Okay, Paolo, so you've dipped the veal scallopini in seasoned flour, lightly sauteed risotto's coming together with a little butter, a little chicken stock.
Yeah.
What's next?
Now, when it's fully cooked, we're gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Another layer of flavor, and then we finish with the pesto.
Look how bright and beautiful that is.
Yeah, pesto is nice, classic Italian sauce. You know, toasted pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, fresh basil, olive oil, all the flavor combined together make great difference. Then on top of the veal, we will add a little bit ripe tomato. We're gonna lightly season, salt
layers
and
of
pepper,
seasoning.
because yeah, we don't want it then to be too bland. And we finish a little bit of basil, fresh basil, and then we finish with the mozzarella cheese. In this case, we use ovolini. We don't want to use buffalo because then we release too much milk and the sauce then a bit runny. But you can pretty much use any type of cheese like smoked mozzarella, scamorza.
Oh, great idea.
As you like,
Switch it up, exactly.
Everyone can, personalize the way you like.
And I love how you taught us burrata isn't going to be the cheese
Yeah.
because it will be too runny. Now I know you're going to put this to the plate, which means I'm going to get ready to have
yeah.
a little lunch. And we'll remind you, Dining for a Difference happens tomorrow. It's hosted by Designing Daughters, such a wonderful organization that does so much for this community. You can make a reservation at Cafe Gabbiano, as I shared. I know several of my
It's
friends are
always a
going
pleasure,
there.
yeah, join and,
Exactly. I'll be over at JPN if you're in the mood for sushi. We have people stationed at all the participating restaurants, and I'm really excited
Yeah.
about that. Why don't you start plating, and I will get ready for lunch. It looks great. We'll be back in just a minute.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs Right at Home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call Right at Home. Get the right care right at home.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So Scott was mentioning that it's warm outside, and indeed it is. Not only the air temperature, but the feels-like temperature, because of all the humidity in the air, is above 100 already. It's at 101, so we'll probably get up to about 103, 104 degrees for a feels-like today, which is stifling, really. Dew point value coming in at 79 is about as high as it gets in the state of Florida. The dew point value, of course, the measure of how much moisture there is in the air. And generally speaking, most people prefer dew points in the 50s, maybe 60s, some people even less than that. When it gets up into the 70s, most everybody says that's sticky, and when it gets up into the upper 70s, yeah, it's tropical, no doubt about it. About a 30% chance of showers a little bit later on this afternoon. By 3 p.m. or so, we'll start to see more of those showers building in inland areas. Then as we head into 7 p.m., about a 30% chance of showers as the showers kind of work their way closer to the coast. Right now, everything's pretty quiet across the Sun Coast. We're not seeing a whole lot of activity in inland areas. We have one light shower in the dissipating stage around Clark Road. It's gone again. We had another shower that popped up just to the north of Inglewood, but it has too since dissipated right now just in South Venice. So quiet right now, pretty much across the entire Sun Coast, but that will change as we head into the afternoon, and high pressure brings us this easterly wind flow, which bumps up against our sea breeze front. That's the mechanism that we need in our atmosphere right now, combined with the daytime heating, which is very warm, to work on that moisture supply and get it to rise. How do you make showers? Make the warm, moist air rise, cool, condense, and rain out. And that's exactly what we'll see along that sea breeze front as it moves inland. You can see all those showers popped up on this computer model, and then it pushes it toward our coastline as we head later into the afternoon. That pattern is not moving. In fact, what we'll probably see is an enhancement of that pattern as we get into, well, probably around Saturday or Sunday. And then a little area of low pressure down to the south will kind of move right across the Florida Keys and enhance our rainfall chance here locally. So today our rain chance about 30% or so. We could probably double that by the time we get to Saturday or Sunday. For today, light east wind turns west with time. That'll be true today. That'll be true tomorrow as well. And then a few thunderstorms in the afternoon and better rain chances by the end of the week. Northwest wind comes in at about 10 knots, turning to the north during the overnight, and then a little bit more easterly toward dawn at about 5 knots or so. And then we'll start that pattern all over again with a westerly wind in the afternoon as the sea breeze builds close to the coast. So 2-foot seas, light chop on bay and inland waters. We had an 8:34 high tide. Low tide won't come until 5:03. So we're just about smack in between the two on the way to the low tide out of the high tide. And another high tide at 11:43. If you're itching to get on the water would be a nice place to be today because of certainly the warm temperatures that we expect. 30% chance today. We'll go with about a 20% chance tomorrow. As we head into the first weekend of fall, we'll have a up rain chance to about 60% or so for a day or two. And temperatures maybe slightly cooler just because of the cloud cover that's around. Rain chances stay high, though, into next work week. Scott?
John, thank you so much. In consumer news, by the end of this year, Amazon is expected to be the third biggest ad platform in the U.S. A report by the research firm eMarketer says more and more people are starting their product search on Amazon instead of internet search engines. That means Amazon can get more money for advertising on its site. Amazon will have a 4% share of the market by the end of this year, moving ahead of Microsoft and Oath, which is the Verizon subsidiary of which owns AOL and Yahoo. But that's still not enough to get within striking distance of the industry leaders, and that's Google and Facebook. They control a combined 58% of the digital ad market. Excess drinking can come with a variety of consequences, legal, financial, and physical. But according to a new survey, middle-aged drinkers seem to be most concerned about the social consequences. They're more worried about embarrassing drunken behavior and its effect on their reputation than they are about the health consequences. The study was done by researchers at the University of Adelaide in Australia. Researchers found people aged 30 to 65 believed drinking was safe as long as they could meet their responsibilities and behave appropriately. Health was described as a minor concern or not a concern at all. SeaWorld and one of its former CEOs have reached a $5 million settlement in a federal fraud investigation. The Securities and Exchange Commission accused the company of misleading investors about the business impact of the 2014 CNN documentary Blackfish, the film presenting a very critical examination of the treatment of killer whales at SeaWorld. The company has rejected some of the points in that documentary. The settlement requires the company to pay a $4 million penalty, and former CEO James Atchison will pay more than $1 million of that fine. Neither he nor the company are admitting or denying the allegations from that documentary. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we'll check in one more time with Chef Judy in the kitchen. And then Sony is releasing the PlayStation Classic console, what users can expect.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
And here we have it. Chef Paulo, you did it again. Simple and elegant. Tell us about the name of the dish.
It's a veal scaloppini caprese served with pesto risotto.
And you'll be serving this as one of the menu items tomorrow?
Yes, we will.
Great. So Dining for a Difference tomorrow night. We'll see you at various locations. A great cause, especially in this new year for the Jewish community. It's a true mitzvah to get out there and do some good work. And red tide is low on Siesta Key today, so that's good to know. Paulo, thank you so much.
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
tuck into a taste. And Scott, I'll send it back to you to finish up.
All right. Thank you so much, both of you. Well, coming up later today on ABC 7 News at 4, with the addition of millions of dollars for funding for hatching of more redfish, we'll dive in deeper into the long-term effects it will have on the area's marine life. Plus, there's a county in California that's honoring a hometown swimming sensation who could be the next Michael Phelps. We hope you'll join us later today at 4. Sony is going back in time with its signature gaming system. The company is bringing back its original PlayStation, but with a twist. The new miniaturized version will be called PlayStation Classic. The console will come preloaded with 20 classic titles. They include fan favorites such as Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, and Tekken 3. PlayStation Classic will go on sale December 3rd, and it will cost around $100. My first video game was Pong.
Yes.
Just, yeah, that's all it did.
Beep.
Me too. Me too. I wish I'd kept that game.
Probably lowers your blood pressure, that kind of game, right?
Yeah.
The
And then we
simple
moved
ones.
into Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then my son grew up and never
You were
bothered
done.
again.
Yeah.
Grew up, yeah. And then we eventually bought one of those PlayStations. My goodness, have they become complicated?
Yes.
You don't have enough hands to do everything you need to do
I
to
don't
win
know
those
how-
games.
Yeah, they have the kids today have a different skill level.
Well,
on those
they
games.
actually can pay for tutors. $40 to $60
Seriously?
an hour for gaming.
Oh my gosh.
It is, seriously, they have sports announcers for gaming now,
Yeah.
but I know several of my grandnephew's friends have tutors in another
Unbelievable.
country. They put on the headsets and they're
There's big
getting
prize
their
money,
skill.
big prize
Yeah.
money in those games.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
crazy.
I say get outside and play.
There you go. Have a wonderful afternoon ahead if you decide to do that. And we'll see you again at 4 o'clock. Thanks for joining us.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds.
Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.